On this episode of Bondi Vet,
Just have a feel of his tummy.
Alex can't believe what's just come out of this dog's stomach.
Oh, I know it's dead, but I don't really want to touch it.
Tell me what's been worrying you. That.
That.
Is it too late for adored companion dog Toby?
Everybody loves Toby. Oh, bless. That's all right.
So she's had 3 starts for a last, a second last, and a second last. So, yes, that's embarrassing, I know, Sally.
And can Chris give this abandoned thoroughbred a second chance at life?
If she fails this test for soundness, you just hate to think about what might happen to her.
You make my world a better place.
Come on, there's your girl.
I can depend on you.
Hey, Jackie, we've got here.
Hey Alex, this is Tommy. Now Tommy's mum's brought him in this morning because he's actually ingested a mouse and she's concerned that the mouse might have had some rat bait.
At the Gold Coast Emergency Hospital, recently adopted rescue dog Tommy is in a potentially life-threatening situation.
Tommy's owner is really worried because there were some rat baits down a little while ago, and if this mouse has eaten some rat bait, that could be really bad for Tommy. Just have a feel of his tummy.
A mouse plague on Australia's east coast has led to a spike in rat bait poisonings in dogs.
Just want to have a look at his gums, make sure he's not got any sign of bleeding anywhere. Rat bait causes the blood to stop clotting, so if we don't get this mouse out of Tommy's stomach, then that poison could start to affect his system. He could start to bleed internally and it could be fatal. So what we're going to do is rub this little tablet on his gums, and within a minute or 2 he should start vomiting. It's not going to be a very nice morning for Tommy, but it's got to be done. Good boy. Better out than in. Amy and I are wondering whether he's actually going to bring up a whole mouse, and that's not going to be pleasant. Okay, hopefully this is big enough. How's it going? Anything yet?
No, not yet.
No? You're not going to give it to us, eh? If he doesn't vomit, then yeah, we're in a little bit of trouble. Yep. Come on, mate. You're not really playing the game, are you? You don't look like you're feeling very sick, are you? Hey? I don't know if you want him to give you kisses in a few minutes if he brings it up. We're just going to have to sit it out, are we? Maybe he needs like a bit of team support.
If poor Tommy doesn't bring up the mouse, the team will be forced to extract it surgically before any rat bait poison spreads into his bloodstream.
Most dogs vomit, but occasionally you'll get one that just won't give it up. And then we've got a problem. Oh, here we go. Yeah, in the bowl. Good boy. Oh, good boy. Oh,
Some muckers.
some Macca's chips in there by the look of it. Oh, that's a mouse, isn't it? Yep. When Tommy vomits, he brings up a whole heap of dog food, a few fries, and a mouse. And it's a whole mouse.
Is that a tail there?
Oh, I know it's dead, but I don't want to touch it. I've seen dogs bring up a lot of things, but seeing that mouse made me feel really queasy. Okay, all right, well, that's what we needed. Good boy, Tommy. I'm sorry, my friend, but that needed to come up. It's a great outcome. Tommy's brought up that whole mouse, and that's eliminated him getting poisoned from the rat bait. Look at you, looking for more trouble, more things to eat.
Before Tommy goes home, Alex wants to make absolutely sure that this is the only mouse he could have swallowed.
I'm going to take a photo and just go and show the owner, because it's a bit stinky. I'm sure she doesn't need that. Hey Tommy, how are you feeling? Oh, you've got a tail wag there, that's good. You gave your mum a real fright. Yes, you did. You gave her a big scare. So his owner has let me know that there's no way he could have accessed any of the rat bait or other mice or rats. So he's all good to go, hey? Stay out of trouble, Mr. Tommy. Let's get you back to your family. Come on, big boy. Come on. Yeah, you're ready, aren't you? Good boy. Yeah, so that was great. Tommy's home and out of trouble, hopefully for the moment anyway.
Morning, Marianne. Morning, chaps. How are you?
Hello, doggies.
How you doing? You all right? All right. Do you want to come in the consult room? We'll have a chat.
Lawn bowls enthusiast Marion has cancelled today's game to bring in her 2 King Charles Cavalier Spaniels, Harry and Toby.
1, 2, 3.
Hello, aren't you a happy boy?
It's 9-year-old Toby that's worrying his owner.
So, obviously, normally a very happy boy. I can see by that waggy tail, but tell me what's been worrying you. That.
That. Yes, he does that. He bites the back foot and he really scratches on under the ear.
Okay. Have you noticed over weeks, months, years that that's actually got more and more frequent?
Yes, particularly the last couple of months. He's been waking me up in the morning crying out.
Very quickly, I can see in this consult that everything is pointing towards Toby having syringomyelia. Basically, their skull is too small for their brain. That brain gets pressurized, fluid then accumulates at the base of the brain in sort of cyst form. And as the disease develops, it does irreparably damage the spinal cord. They can become weak and even paralyzed. It's a condition that we see a lot of in this beautiful breed.
Yes.
Oh, buddy. I can see the pain that this diagnosis is causing Marion, and it's absolutely gut-wrenching.
Everybody loves Toby.
Oh, bless.
That's all right.
I know.
He's been with me too long, haven't you?
All right.
It's getting a bit much, isn't it? Eh? There you go. All right? All right, you're a good boy. Have a cuddle. I can't brush it under the carpet. I have to face up to it and deal with it the best way for Toby.
What we need to do is to diagnose it effectively. And the best way to do that is with an MRI. And from that, we can see how bad his syringomyelia is.
Well, we've had 9.5 good years. We're going to have another 4, I think. There you go.
Yeah, it's very upsetting. You know, I hear you say you want him to last 4 years, and honestly, it breaks my heart to think that he probably won't.
Yeah. But you won't suffer, because your mum won't let you.
Marion will now take Toby to the Royal Veterinary College. Even if the MRI confirms Scott's diagnosis, he's not about to give up on the little spaniel.
If it does turn out to be syringomyelia, then the outcomes can vary so much. And sometimes, not every time, but with the right medication, they can live a fairly full and comfortable life. I'm not going to let you guys down. All the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, I'll be in touch. Bye, chaps. Off you go.
All done.
Get to escape the vet now.
There you
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, steady, 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 steady. Come on. It's very daunting coming here today with Toby because you know you're going to find out what is the matter. Reality is going to set in.
But Marion is still hoping for a good outcome from the MRI today. Her Cavaliers are a special link to her beloved daughter Jane, who died suddenly from a liver disease when she was just 29 years old.
Once I was really low and I'm sat there, the tears are coming down, the dog just got on my lap and he's licking the tears from my face. And in the end, you have to laugh. They get you out of that down moment. So, yes, they mean the world to me. They really do. Yeah.
How is Toby today? Good?
He's good, yes, but he's doing plenty of that scratching and what have you, you know.
The RVC's Professor of Neurosurgery, Holger Volk, will be supervising Toby's MRI today.
And you've already met another friend.
Absolutely. Look, he just can't wait. Look.
Would you mind coming with us?
Yes, that's lovely. Thank you.
Final year vet student Madison is assisting Holger.
Bye-bye. I'm nervous. Anything can happen, but I just feel that he's in the safest hands with all the experts.
There you go, sweetheart.
We have to find out. I haven't got a choice.
The MRI uses an extremely powerful magnet to generate images of the body. It's the most sophisticated diagnostic tool for neurosurgeons to evaluate problems with the brain and spinal cord.
It's quite difficult to win a war if you don't know who your enemy is. And that's actually one of the most important things for us as owners, and I'm a pet owner myself, to understand what you're tackling. You can see that there's a lot of fluid within the spinal cord, and that causes the clinical signs he shows. You know, the scratching, the yelping. It's a very classic presentation. So now we have to just find the right treatment for Toby.
Holger will now give Toby's anxious owner Marion the news.
Actually, what we thought, that's what Toby has. So he definitely has syringomyelia. Saying that, what is really important is that we treat him and not the image. So even if there looks like to be quite a bit of fluid within the spinal cord, he still walks around quite well. So we just have to fine-tune, together with Scott, the right medication. We will most likely not eliminate completely this clinical signs, but we will find a way to make, you know, those days when he's not so well a little bit better. And he can have then hopefully a very normal life. And as long the other friend, his brother, is not making his life sometimes a bit more challenging, he will be fine.
I feel quite relieved, actually. You know, yes, it's positive, and you know, it's not all doom and gloom.
No. One of the most important things for us as humans is to know what we face, right?
Yes.
Now we know what you know, Toby has syringomyelia, and now we can actually tackle that.
I'm sad that he's affected, but I'm glad I'm getting the answers. If you have the knowledge, you never know the next steps you've got to take. And the important thing is so that Toby doesn't suffer. All right, baby? All right? Hey, what happened?
The beauty on being a vet is actually quite simple, is you can care for animals and you can care for people.
There you go, Toby. We've seen inside your head.
And he definitely does have a little brain, doesn't he?
That's
a
lovely.
beautiful little brain.
Yes, clever like your mum, are you?
And I'm never sure what is the most important, but the beauty is that you can combine those two, and that makes it very special.
Time to go home. Come on. Here we go.
Under Scott's supervision, Toby's new drug regime will begin immediately. The spaniel will require constant checkups to make sure the disease and his pain are under control.
There you go, there's a nice iris there. Do you fancy watering that one in? There you go, well done. There you go. Come on. This is for Toby. All right, this is for Toby. Sit. There you go. Very good boy. Who's this?
Scott's dropping in to find out if the spaniel's new medication regime is working.
So how have things been going?
It's so good. And to be honest, he takes his medicine as good as gold. Doesn't matter what you do to him, he doesn't complain. You know, he's just a beautiful dog.
What I can see with him is that he's not scratching anywhere near as much as he was. And that's a very positive thing. He seems very responsive. You seem very reactive, don't you? You're happy for me to be here to see you?
Absolutely.
And I think that's what we need to harness. We need to make sure that your dog is happy and healthy every day. It seems to me that Toby is still living a full and, well, happy life, and all we need to do is accept that some days are going to be bad days and he's not going to be as comfortable. But as long as the good outweigh the bad, he's going to be able to live for a good deal longer. There are some tough decisions ahead, But in the meantime, let's enjoy what a fantastic dog he is.
Oh, yeah.
And how lucky he has to have such a wonderful woman like you by his side.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? We're just going to make you as happy and healthy for as long as we can. Yeah?
I feel I'm in safe hands. I've made that step to make the quality of his life better. To be honest, you can't do any more, can you? You can come and watch your mum play bowls.
Come on then.
All right, come on then.
Tobes.
And to thank Scott for his help, Marion's decided to share with him the other love of her life, lawn bowls.
Can I welcome you to Ashford, Scott, and
Thank you.
have a challenge?
Challenge
There you go.
accepted. Marion is quite the gun when it comes to bowls, and I am quite competitive. Right, these feel like lucky bowls.
Grab your weapon and
Yep.
put those bowls on the green.
Okay. I'm really looking forward to this. I've been the expert up to now with the veterinary stuff, and now it's time for her turn to shine.
Bend your knees
Bend
and
the
you
knees.
just step forward.
Oh, bloomin' heck. Oh, Marion, you're a gun. Wish me luck? Yeah? Wish me luck?
Wow, you've got a very nice action there.
Thank you very much. Absolutely rubbish. The last few weeks have been really tough on Marion. There's been lots of medical appointments, lots of uncertainty, and lots of sadness. But what's really lovely is to see her, Toby, and even little Harry enjoying their time at the bowling green, just having some precious moments together, because honestly, that is the best medicine of all.
Let's come and have a look and see.
See how I've gone in my first bowls match ever?
Absolutely. Well, there you go. You've got the shot.
Unbelievably, I've won. I don't know how I've done it. Well, I do. It's called beginner's luck. Marion is such a great player. She's such a great lady, and it's been a fantastic day out. Mwah. Bless you, Marion.
I suppose you'll be expecting a trophy.
Of course.
Who's this? Hey, gorgeous. Look at your head. You're a bit wobbly, sweetheart. Come here.
Over at the Bondi Referral Hospital SASH, Lisa is confronted with a kitten in terrible distress.
Oh, look at that head tilt. Her eyes are spinning in her head. Hey, Cam? Little Cammy's just come in. She's 8 months old, and all of a sudden she's started tilting her head, falling over. Basically, she's got no control of her balance, and she is really dizzy. Oh, sweetheart. Let's look at this one. Is that one a bit sore? The most common causes for this would be something structural in her middle or inner ear, so something like a polyp. It's all right, I know it's scary.
The polyp is a mass of inflamed tissue, which is putting pressure on the balance nerve and causing shocking pain.
Good kitty.
The damage can be permanent.
I'm sorry. She keeps wriggling. Come on, gorgeous. And go see Mummy. Oh. Ouch. Okay. Oh. Come on, off me. Come on, gorgeous, come on. I don't like to wrestle cats very often, but this is not being nasty. This is her just being really scared and wanting to hold on to anything that's stable because she's completely unstable in her head. So I'm gonna pop her in a nice dark cage and she'll probably feel better. Ouch, oh, my back. Ouch, needs her nails cut.
Waiting to hear the prognosis is Cammy's owner, Amanda.
I guess where do we go from here? I've tried to look in her ears, but she's quite sensitive. The next step would be to do a CT scan of her whole skull.
Yep.
If it is a polyp inside Cammy's ear, she will need major head surgery. But there is no guarantee it will be successful.
They often get worse before they get better.
It's a bit devastating, to be honest. She's just my little kitten. She's normally very, very in everything and has a great time doing it, so it's just a real shame to see her like this.
Hey, Bobby girl. Good girl. So we're giving Cammy her anaesthetic and then we're going to run the CT scan and hopefully get some more information on what's going on inside her skull. Look at that.
Ooh, that's impressive.
The CT results are a shock to Lisa and surgeon Andrew Marchevsky.
Wow.
The scan shows Cammie's middle ear cavity is now completely filled by an inflamed mass of tissue, which is causing her extreme pain.
That's a tough kitty. That would hurt like hell. This is a big surgery. We've got to get in and clean out the middle ear, but the middle ear is right next to the inner ear. And if I damage that, we could make her signs a whole lot worse, where her whole world could be spinning. So you've got to be really careful.
Don't fall over, sweetie pie. Mum's there.
It's a tough decision for Cammie's young owner, Amanda.
It's going to get worse unless she has surgery. And there's lots of risks and surgery might not fix her in the end, but that's the best chance that she's got.
So far. Yeah. I want the best for her. So I'm hoping that the surgery can do it and then take it from there.
Hello. Hi, gorgeous. You having surgery today?
Surgery is about to begin on 8-month-old Cammie. A growth in her middle ear is causing the kitten excruciating pain.
Good luck, okay?
Her whole middle ear is just full of a big polypoid mass of some sort, and I think it's actually burst through the eardrum, and it's putting a lot of pressure on her inner ear, which is why she's got all those signs of an eyes flicking and a head tilted to the one side. Her bone of the middle ear is probably 10 times as thick as it should be. So she's been suffering, I think, since birth. So she won't really have a normal middle ear cavity anymore, but that's a small price to pay. I think I'm now just at that part of the polyp that's gone burst through his eardrum. I'm just gently trying to get it out of here now.
Wow, that's huge.
That tissue is sitting right around the inner ear, and so you'll be very careful when you're getting it out of there, you don't damage that. And it's scarily close. All right, that'll do me. I think I've got as much of that tissue out as I can without sort of compromising or risking causing too much damage, but it was pretty bad. So I'm still a little concerned that she's going to wake up with her world spinning. Well, there you go. You're all right, babe.
Cammie, baby girl.
For 8-month-old Cammie, the world has finally stopped spinning.
It looks so good.
The delicate surgery to remove an agonising mass from her middle ear has been successful.
From what I've heard, she's a lot better than what she was, but I'm just not, till I see her, I'm not sure whether it's all completely better.
Hi, who's there? Hi, Cam. I think Amanda was in shock. I don't think she expected such a quick recovery. She was prepared for the worst, and when she saw Cammie, she was just elated.
Oh, there we go.
Hi, I'm Dr. Danny Dusek. If you love our show and want to see more amazing stories from the Bondi Vet team, just hit the subscribe button. Click that little notification bell and we'll see you for our next video.
Just had a call to go out and see a horse that's apparently in pretty poor condition and getting worse. Now, it sounds as though nothing's ever really gone right in her life. Her name's Sally. She's an ex-racehorse. Now, typically, ex-racehorses really struggle to have a bright future. My hope is if she's not in too bad a condition, then there might just be a way we can turn her luck around.
4-year-old failed racehorse Sally has been dumped in a paddock.
Must be her. Hey, girl.
Chris has been asked by the Randwick Racing Trust to check her out as a possible candidate for their new rehabilitation program for unwanted thoroughbreds.
To put it in the simplest possible terms, if she fails this test for soundness, then she's off to the sale yards. And from there, you just hate to think about what might happen to her.
G'day, mate.
Hi, boys.
Chris.
How are you?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Not too bad.
Scott and Shane, who run the Randwick program, have arrived to hear what the verdict will be for Sally.
So she's had 3 starts for a last, a second last, and a second last. So yes, that's embarrassing. I know, Sally.
She's consistent.
She is very consistent. I'm going to give you a full check. There you go. She's obviously not in the greatest condition, just coat's a bit ratty and a little on the skinny side. You look okay. Gum colour's nice and pink.
The future's grim for horses that are left without the care that they need. And whether it's a slow decline or whether it's something that has to happen, they have to be taken away and put down, it's neither of them are good options, that's for sure.
Basic structure of the hoof's all right. Seem to have any pain.
If we didn't get the call to come out, this horse would probably stand in this paddock for another, who knows how long. Thoroughbreds in paddocks don't do very well. Largely, they can stand there and starve to death if they're not getting the right sort of care. In some paddocks, the feet will grow out until they look like flippers, and then suddenly they're no good for anything ever, and there's only one option,
She has the bare bones of what, and quite literally the bare bones of what could be quite a good horse in whatever field you had in mind, but I just can't see a reason to say no.
Okay, good. No, I'm happy with that, mate. I think you're right. We'll get her looking good. We'll get her going well and see if we can find her a home.
See you in Randwick.
Sally's now off to Randwick Racecourse, where her future will be decided.
Isn't it funny though, the years are up? She already looks a hand taller, doesn't she?
Absolutely. She's a different horse than she was in the paddock.
Hey, she is. You remember the track, don't you?
There you go. Good girl.
I just want to do one more final test just to trot her up and actually see if she's lame on any 4 of her legs. Ideally what we're looking for is that back hoof should actually come through and land in the same spot where the front hoof landed. If you watch closely, she actually does that. Mate, she's all yours. I think she's going to be a great prospect.
Yeah, great. We'll give her a go and see how she turns out.
This is the new home, is it?
This is Sally's new home, Chris, and this is where the rehabilitation program's based.
Yeah. It's social, aren't they? All coming out to check out who the new kid is.
Absolutely.
Sally's been put through a series of tests today, and for a horse that's never really had too much luck, she's found some today. Girl, I'm all done. Next time I see you, things might have changed. She's come through them all and passed the ball, and now she's got a new life.
Thanks very much, Chris. Come back in a couple of weeks, you won't recognise me.
Mate, looking forward to it. Thanks very much,
Cheers.
mate. See you later. You look after the new kid, all right?
Watch yourself there.
Scott's having some interesting moments with Sally's rehab.
Steady, steady, steady. She looks a hell of a lot better than she looked when we picked her up. She's still got a fair way to go, but she's come a long way in the time. Steady. When she first came in here, she had the flared nostrils and the whole, racing attitude going on, and it took her a while to realise that she wasn't going to have to gallop. Steady, steady, steady. Steady.
The unwanted thoroughbred will only get a second chance if she can pass this re-education boot camp.
Steady. What's up? Steady. Good girl. Definitely worth saving. They're all worth saving, It's great to see that they get the opportunity to move on to something worthwhile in their lives, I fall for all of them, I really love horses, I do. It's a bit soppy, but, they're great animals. They do great things for us, and it's hard not to fall for them. They're beautiful things.
Been looking forward to this.
Oh, I bet you have.
Has there been much change?
Mate, it's a massive change. You'll be surprised, I think.
Oh, wow. Is that her?
That's her.
Scott's hoping he's found a new home for Sally. She just has to pass one more test.
I'll need to sit on her and see what she feels like, and then see her over a jump.
If she can impress Kevin, Sally will begin her new life as an eventing horse.
Basically, you get a feel straight away whether you like them or not, whether you're comfortable on them.
Right now, Sally's jumping for her life. If she clears this, she's probably found a new home. Good girl. A bit proud, aren't you? Proud?
Yeah.
She's got a new home.
Sensational. It's a little bit sad when you let them go because you always form a bit of a bond with them. but that's what we're here for.
You have to remember, this isn't just about Sally. This is about the thousands of ex-racehorses that have this huge cloud over their future. If they can be a little bit like Sally and have the chance that Sally's had, then everything starts to look a bit brighter.
As London locks down, the doors of Dr. Scott Miller's practices stay open.
Here's your baby.
Caring for the animals that stand by our side.
I don't think we can underappreciate just how important animals have been to their owners during lockdown.
How the hell do you swallow that?
Because we've all been isolated.
Hello, boy.
And the fact that they give us that unconditional love and that security has been so invaluable to so many people.
Oh my God.
Luna, what's happened?
I have to say I'm a little bit concerned.
Can't find any more problems in this dog.
In this time of suffering,
It's not great news, I'm afraid, Carol.
our pets have never been more important.
She's the child that I've never had.
And if we'd left it, I might not have him.
This is Lockdown Vet.